Revisiting haunt or somewhere that I went to in previous videos on that Rame Head, and you can see there is the old chapel, and we've got the Coast Guard office behind us, which will be manned all night, and I've come out to play with the new camera. Actually, my base weight now is down to about an impressive 3.5 kilos for a tent, backpack, sleeping mat, a sleeping liner, a pillow. So pretty happy with that, and it feels nice to be wearing a rucksack again on my back. It's a very short video. I'm just out here to play with my camera, and so hopefully some of the stills that you see in this video will be of a much higher quality. The Donald Trump assassination attempt. In some ways, I'm out here because I needed to get away from social media, from everything. Lucy's not with me. I didn't need to get away from Lucy. She might join me later, to be fair. It's the only event that kept me up since 3 p.m. You know, COVID didn't keep me up to 3 p.m. in the morning. The Russian invasion of Ukraine never kept me up. None of these things have kept me up. But the Donald Trump assassination attempt, I was up to 3 p.m. Just watching what's going on Twitter. Getting called every fucking name under the sun. I got called every single name under the sun because I questioned the mainstream narrative. Because I questioned the political narrative. I questioned the intelligence sources. Yeah, and I was questioning just everything that I was seeing. Yeah, just from my very basic layman's understanding of security, what happened to the president. And my initial reaction is it's a fucking inside job. Not just from the Democrats, but every single person who seems to be surrounding Trump. That's how it looked. None of the security did their job. None of them. Not one person picked up a gun and aimed it at this supposed shooter on top of a rooftop that they weren't on because it was fucking sloped, even though they were on a sloped roof. And there were people from the security detail underneath the roof in the building that this supposed shooter was on. And then there's now a story of a second shot. Rings a bell. It rhymes with something that happened in the past, all the way back in 1963. So to all the people that called me every fucking name under the sun this weekend, just for saying, hey, something stinks about this, fuck you. Fuck you. Because it turns out it looks like I and all the other conspiracy theorists, who I thought you were right once more. Something wrong. Something very wrong. Donald Trump now lost his life. I think it was a genuine attempt on his life. I think if everyone was in on it, they were, except for Donald Trump. And that doesn't mean he's a good guy. Doesn't mean I trust him. Doesn't mean I like Donald Trump. I don't. But that's just what it seems like when I look at the evidence, just as a layman sat there in my armchair at 3 a.m. in the morning on Sunday, I think it was. So, yeah, real crazy times, predicted, obvious. It was all sitting there waiting for it to happen, but now it's fucking happened. There's a bit of a slope right there. Yeah, it's sloping towards those bushes. But that's fine. That can be dealt with, can't it? Easy. Great spot for a sunset picture, isn't it? Look at that one. And no one can see from here. Yeah. So it's only dogs you really got to worry about. No one's going to come down here at night. Not unless they're fucking mental. Or they want to come down and see this. And I'm going to set up a tripod. I'm going to check out where I can put my tent here. Maybe put down the ground sheet. And I'm going to take some pictures and chill out. This is my setup for tonight anyway. And this could probably do me for a couple of days. My rucksack and sleeping mat. There are pegs. And this is with, a 3-man ground sheet. 3.5 kilos. It's amazing. In fact, that rucksack is part of the Colonel rucksack, which is 120 litres. That's just the 30 litre bit that attaches to the back of the main rucksack. So when I started my little adventures, I was wearing a 120 litre rucksack, and it full up, it was about 17 kilos. I'm now down to 3.5 kilos, and I'm pretty certain this is all I need. So it just goes to show, that's the learning process. And this is the campsite. I mean, that is fucking spectacular. Take a photo. There we go, look. Always some chemtrails. Temperatures dropped remarkably. It's a beautiful night. As the temperature dropped, we've gone from blue skies and normal clouds to these so-called chemtrails, and you can see one's just been left. So only that, I'm out here on the coast and I've not noticed the temperature drop, and then all of a sudden, you know, are the skies being sprayed again? I've never actually camped quite like this, I don't think. Look at it. There's a boat down there. Hoping he's not a smuggler or something, because the flash was going and I'm wearing a bright orange jumper.
This is what my tent looks like on the inside. Trekking pole tent. Why they're so light? Because there's no poles. However, this tent makes up for it with all the tent pegs it uses. But you can see it is huge. And it is 7 in the morning. Time to get up.
And there is the tent. In the daylight on the outside. This is the view I woke up to this morning. Magnificent, eh? There. And there's Whitsounds Bay over there. And there's a little smuggler's cove down here. There's this boat come in last night. I'm just leaving Rame Head. It's probably one of the best wild camps that I've done. Up to music being played on a boat out in the distance, which is quite good. And there's a load of other people up here with cameras taking pictures, because I think it's quite a popular spot. And I took about 500 pictures last night, all of the same shot. So it'll be interesting if anything useful comes out of it. But it's all a bit of fun and good practice, which is why I come up here with the camera and just to get away from the world for a night. So, but now I'm going to go back to it, and everyone's still banging on about Donald Trump. And I've seen Joe Biden put out a tweet saying that he's sick of rich people buying elections. Please donate here. This is what happened to me when I changed my algorithm. When I sold up and left and walked well, I only managed the south of the country. I almost feel embarrassed about that, but my back is getting better. But what I did end up with is I get to live in this every day. I am surrounded by the countryside in the middle of nowhere. So I've changed my algorithm. And I couldn't be happier. I I feel like I'm somewhere where I'm going to be left alone now, and that no one's going to bother me. And you know, I do feel that we're getting into government. What's gone on with Trump and the shooting, and the Democrats in America, I'm pretty sure they're going to still do whatever they can to stop him from winning. Unless it's a charade, who knows? I feel I wouldn't have been left alone if I'd stayed where I was in Plymouth. So I'm super happy to have ended up where I am in Cornwall, holed up with Lucy, who is a like-minded person. So, and anyone who's listening to this, got this far, I recommend you do the same. Prepare, form good alliances, strengthen what communities you've got. Make sure you've got like important resources like energy, transport, food, weapons, anything else that you need. And get ready to potentially have to sit it out for the long haul. Just got back from my little mission. It's actually the first time I've wore a rucksack in nearly 2 months. So it was only light, a couple of, you know, 5 kilos, 4 kilos around that. Anyway, I'll come back, I'll turn my computer on, only to find out that in America, they're all wearing, have I got the right side? No, it's on this, no, it's on this side. No, it's on this side, I don't know. They're all wearing bandages at the RNC convention. Trump's going to be appearing tonight, I think. So you can see the cult mass formation type behavior already starting. This is media driven, social media driven. You have to wonder whether it is intentional. This whole Trump stuff, there's so many holes in every story that my mind is like still spinning. You know, I'd rather be on the cliff edge, staring out to sea. Anyway, that's changed my algorithm. Number 22. The next few videos are all going to be in Wales. Me and Lucy are heading up to Snowdonia on Saturday lunchtime-ish. So stay tuned. Maybe there'll be some other major political event to happen between now and then, because it never fucking ends, does it? And that's the thing, they keep you hooked.